our artificial intelligence analysts were blown away.
So it sounds like, no doubt about it, you're staying with Tesla. You're still in on the company, in on the strategy.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Every passing day, especially the more we learn about their AI expertise and how they're really driving this space, so to speak, much faster than I think anyone else is right now.
Hey, I'm Stephen, and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to ARK Invest Cathie Wood, Queen Cathie herself, sharing her thoughts on Tesla's AI day and whether or not the stock market is in a bubble. And as a special bonus today, towards the end of this video, I'm going to be introducing a brand new segment for the first time. So stick around for that. If you love crypto, stocks, and free stuff, or just want to help out the channel, check out these great offers. BlockFi are launching the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. People in the US can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase with no annual fee using the BlockFi Bitcoin rewards credit card. Check out the link in the description. And for a limited time, you can get up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $300 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $5 or more, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $2,000. Seriously. Free stocks? Yes, please. And finally, if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Let's get back to it.
So one other name I've got to bring up with you, I'd be remiss not to. You and I've talked about it a lot, Elon Musk and Tesla. And I think we're all still trying to get our head a little bit around what happened on AI Day and this humanoid robot that he talked about to take over boring work. How do you factor in? I mean, Elon is somebody who throws out some really creative ideas nonstop. How does that, or what did you take away from that presentation?
Yes, what I took away, especially in reading many of the articles about it, is that there are not many people who are deeply involved with artificial intelligence, and that is who that day was for. They were trying to attract AI talent to tackle the most difficult and probably most transformational opportunities, certainly in terms of transportation, all kinds of transportation, not just cars and trucks, but ultimately drones and planes, using artificial intelligence. So I think the press took away, gee, this was a nothing. It was kind of entertainment with this robot. But there they go, changing the subject again.
So Cathie Wood taking a justified low-key dump on the mainstream finance media there, not really understanding what they saw at Tesla's AI Day or the point of the event. No surprises, I called this. I mean, we all knew what was going to happen after the event. The same thing happened with Battery Day. The same thing happened with Autonomy Day. AI Day, however, was on a whole other level. Almost everything that we saw discussed by the Yahoos at Yahoo, the folks on CNBC, etc., following Tesla's AI Day was about the humanoid robot. Now, yes, this is cool, and by the way, this is a fucking game changer, an astonishingly huge opportunity over the long term. But the key of this event was to hire talent, and the most important insights we gained were around how incredible Tesla's AI efforts are in terms of real-world AI, first to solve autonomous driving, and then to go beyond the fleet. And in addition, I'm not just talking about the AI from the software point of view, but Tesla's insane efforts with the Dojo chip. Now, of course, how much of this was discussed in the mainstream finance media? Zero. It's a little bit about the robot. Oh, they had a robot dancing. Robot's coming soon. No talk about full self-driving. No talk about AI. No talk about Dojo. No talk about Tesla's chip design. Nothing whatsoever. And this is probably a great time to once again emphasize how well-informed, smart, and aware you guys and girls watching this channel and many other channels on YouTube and also reading on Twitter in the Tesla community, how well-informed and aware you actually are over AI Day and what really matters. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know I recently dropped some limited edition merch featuring the Tesla chip design, something that nobody is going to care about unless they really understand the implications. And in less than 2 days, over 500 units sold. This is limited edition merch, link in the description if you'd like to pick up yours. The point that I'm making is the fact that 500 of these things have sold really gives you some insight into how much awareness the people watching this channel have. The mainstream media didn't even talk about the chip design, yet this has become one of my instant best-selling pieces of merch of all time in the merch store, which has been online now for well over 1 year. Why? Because you guys understand how important this is. As you guys know, I never give investment advice, but I do once again want to emphasize the current disconnect between the mainstream media, most retail investors, most Wall Street analysts, and what Tesla unveiled at AI Day. Their AI is next level. It is world leading. No one is even close. If you guys have seen the reaction video from Lex Friedman, the AI expert, saying it was the most stunning example of real world AI he'd ever seen, you can understand where I'm coming from. The same can be said of Tesla's chip design. This is next level, world leading, literally nothing coming close to the performance of the chip they've designed in-house, and none of this is being discussed at the moment. Every single stock analyst should have upgraded Tesla stock the day after AI Day, going, holy crap, this AI chip is insane, this AI itself is insane, we are blown away, we understand the implications, Tesla to the moon. But of course, maybe a few of them said, oh, Tesla's doing a little bit more in AI than we realized, and most of them are completely silent. They don't even understand what they saw. And then of course you've got the clueless retail investors out there who in general universally reacted along the lines of, Tesla's a car company, why'd they make a robot? That's a really dumb idea, they don't know anything about robots. So my point, well, generally speaking, everyone thinks this, the reality is this, and that gap in between is called opportunity.
Mm-hmm. If anyone who has been steeped in AI and wants to take up the challenge that they're offering, got a tremendous perspective on how far ahead Tesla is relative to almost anyone else. I would say Google is up there, but in many ways in autonomous transportation, Tesla is in the lead. So I don't think it was the AI Day was not for investors. It was going to go over their heads, most of it. And yet, for those who tuned in, he offered a little bit of entertainment, I suppose.
It almost
our artificial intelligence analysts were blown away.
Really?
And in fact, if you look on our website, you'll see we put out a newsletter every Monday morning, and we summarized some of the more important takeaways we had from that day.
So words matter, and Cathie Wood there in no uncertain terms saying that their AI analysts were, quote, blown away, not impressed, not surprised, not happy, not pleased, blown away. Let's have a look at what ARK Invest posted on their website following Tesla's AI Day. So here we are over on the ARK Invest website looking at the article in its entirety. I mean, hey, sort of speaks for itself, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry, that was my reaction to AI Day. Sorry, my mistake. All right, here we are on the ARK website. AI Day highlighted Tesla's artificial intelligence prowess. I love that word, prowess. In 2018, ARK wrote that Tesla's strategy of vertical integration would enable it to create novel use cases, deeper moats, and faster execution. At the time, Tesla controlled all of the hardware stack except for semiconductors. NVIDIA provided the chips for training and self-driving. At AI Day, an event focused on recruiting top artificial intelligence talent, Tesla unveiled an ambitious plan to complete the vertical integration of every component of its hardware and software stacks from silicon, training cluster, and compiler to driving simulator. If fully implemented in 2022, Tesla would be the most deeply integrated automotive company in the world, as shown below. This sums things up perfectly. We're looking at a comparison between a traditional car company, the ones that are mostly going to be going bankrupt this decade. You can see green are things that they're outsourcing, purple vertically integrated, and we can see a traditional automotive company today outsourcing the computer hardware, including the training computer and the self-driving computer, if they even have one, outsourcing data labeling, outsourcing simulation, outsourcing charging stations as well. We've got a comparison here with Waymo, as the class clown would pronounce it, showing that they've got vertical integration of some things, but still they're outsourcing their battery design, which really matters, and outsourcing their manufacturing, which also really matters. Tesla in 2018 were outsourcing their training computer and self-driving computer and their data labeling, but Tesla in 2021, everything in-house, training, neural network, data labeling, simulation, battery design, manufacturing, charging stations, blah, 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 blah. From a Tesla stock investor's point of view, this really matters. Tesla is doing everything that matters in-house. Nobody else is. This means faster progress, faster iteration, and much higher profit margins. They're not paying third parties and middlemen in between.
So it sounds like, no doubt about, you're staying with Tesla. You're still in on the company, in on the strategy.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Every passing day, especially the more we learn about their AI expertise and how they're really driving the space, so to speak, much faster than I think anyone else is right now. We believe they have the pole position to, and we've increased our estimate here. In the next 10 years, we think the autonomous taxi network opportunity in the U.S. will be $11 to $10 trillion from nothing today. Think about that.
It's huge. It's
11
massive.
to our economy. Now, it's not just this economy. That 11 to 12 is a global opportunity. But just to give you a sense of the size of that opportunity, our economy is $21, $22 trillion. This opportunity alone is $12 trillion in 10 years. The market will start to recognize it, and we think we will in the marketplace. In the middle of this decade, 2025, the market caps will probably be scaling towards the $3 to $5 trillion range. Again, from nothing.
Now, if you guys haven't seen my video breaking down ARK Invest estimates for the autonomous opportunity close to $12 trillion, check out the card in the corner for the deep dive. And as Cathie pointed out there, interestingly, they believe the market cap of the companies in autonomy will be somewhere in that $3 to $5 trillion range by mid-decade. I'm not sure if you guys can read between the lines there, but Tesla, bold position in autonomy. Yeah, you guys can figure out the rest, right?
So even with, the chip shortages impacting the auto industry, Tesla, you still remain steadfast on Tesla, despite those chip shortages that are impacting the overall industry.
It's very interesting. On the last quarterly call, Tesla, Elon himself said, the chip shortage might be lessening here. I know we're hearing GM and others, but I have thrown out another thought out there. Auto sales have dropped from 18.5 million units, this is just the U.S., at an annual rate in April, to 14.75. I do not believe that is only because of a chip shortage. I think it is the beginning of a massive transformation towards electric. And so a lot of individuals are not buying cars because they know anything they buy now is going to depreciate much more quickly now that electric vehicles are taking off, and they are growing exponentially. So I think something else is going on, and it was really interesting on the Magna call. I listen in when there's controversy like this to these calls.
Right.
The one analyst asked the CEO, hey, were you surprised that GM changed its forecast within 1 month? Were you as surprised as we were? And Magna said yes. Something else is going on out there. And I do believe it is the beginning of a massive transition away from the internal combustion engine to electric. So no, I'm not concerned about the chip shortage for Tesla.
Some fascinating comments from Cathie Wood here regarding the chip shortage and the obvious reduction in total volumes of vehicles being delivered, especially ICE at this point in time. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I kind of live in my own bubble, so I'm not sure whether the average consumer out there is really thinking about this. The fact that buying an ICE car today is one of the most financially moronic decisions anyone could possibly be making in the next few years' time. In either case, if we're not already seeing a significant effect, we will in the next few years, as more and more consumers become aware of the fact that EVs are superior, more affordable EVs are just around the corner, and I predict we will see a significant decrease in total volumes of vehicles sold globally as consumers sit on the sidelines and wait for more affordable EVs and forgo purchasing ICE vehicles. The global automotive market at its peak, close to 90 million units per year. I won't be surprised if we see this number plummet to around 70, maybe even 60, 65 million vehicles before it rebounds again as other companies can scale EV production, or Tesla can scale their own EV production and fill the gap.
You said there's no way that we are in a bubble. You feel that way about the market, specifically when we look at the tech space? We've seen quite a run up. Not a bubble at all?
Not a bubble at all. I can tell you the difference is in a bubble, and I was in the last one. Right. In that bubble, our strategy would have been cheered on. People would have been clamoring to get in. And sure, we've retained our assets beautifully, but the February drawdown from mid-February to mid-May was quite a big one. It was for our flagship fund, roughly 35%. I'm very happy that happened because We've tested our retention here. Our clients really know what they own. And we've set the stage for the next leg up. We have a lot of fear in the market. You hear more analysts. If you look at the ratings, buy and sell, you can look at Tesla's ratings. They're probably even buy and sell by now. Maybe it's a little more to the sell side. In a bubble, it would be buy, 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 buy. You get a lot of fear from the street. And we get a lot of incoming questions associated with risk, which we should get and are happy to answer. We get more questions about risk than opportunity. In a bubble, you get more questions about opportunity than risk.
Cathie Wood, firm in her conviction that the stock market isn't in a bubble, and I tend to agree. In fact, some of the poor reasoning from people around this, it just blows my mind. People are like, this has gone up for this X amount of time. It's obviously a bubble. There's no other explanation. Stock's gone up. Tech's gone up this much. This has gone up. It's due for correction. It's got to be a bubble. There's no other explanation. Every time I hear this supposed reasoning around the fact that there must be a bubble because things keep increasing, valuations keep increasing, lots of growth, blah, 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 I remind myself of world GDP over the last 2 millennia. Now, if you don't think very hard, because it hurts and so it's easier not to, you might think, holy shit, that can't keep going up, can it? Doesn't look good. Obviously, there's going to be a correction. We have a bubble here in global GDP. But if you think a little bit deeper and understand the impact of technology, data, artificial intelligence, the way things are progressing, we're becoming more efficient, blah, 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 you realize that this kind of sustained growth can actually continue ad infinitum, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's a bubble. So just to sum that one up, if you ever hear somebody claiming that there's a bubble in this asset or this particular company or this type of stock or whatever, and their reasoning is it's gone up a lot, you're talking to a fool. And speaking of fools, it's time to introduce a brand new segment.
Comments from the haters.
This idea has been shamelessly and blatantly plagiarized from elsewhere. Let me know in the comments below if you happen to know where I've ripped this one off from. As most of you guys will know, I read every single comment left on all the videos here. It's great to get the feedback, hear some insights, questions, thoughts, etc. It's a really cool insight and I very much enjoy the process. Now and then, I get a few comments from the bottom 0.00001% of humanity. I never respond to these morons. Why waste my time? However, I thought it might be a little bit fun to turn a turd into something of a little bit more value. Try to see if we can't have a laugh at some of these clowns. So with that said, let's see some recent comments from the haters. Your background is fake and gay. Oh, damn, dude. This isn't going well. You caught me red-handed here. Background is fake as f***, just using a green screen. I have a really good editor who always edits in reflections and things like that, so it looks real. But yeah, I mean, of all the things I could have chosen as a fake background with a green screen, I just chose a kitchen splashback because, hey, that's obviously the best I could come up with. Busted, man. You got me out there. I'm just a poser. I'm a pretender. Sorry. Let's move on. This didn't start very well. I'm sorry, guys. Your advertising plus YouTube advertising makes too much advertising. Unwatchable. I am going to unsubscribe. Let's be clear here. I monetize the absolute fuck out of these videos. Why wouldn't I? I've built something of value. I've got a great opportunity. I have big philanthropic goals in the future. Why would I not monetize these videos? I'd have to be a fucking moron not to. Plus, I have to pay my editor to do my fake background every video. Now, I am actually going to give you guys and girls some insight into the psychology of the people who leave these comments. And by the way, there is no question. I have an obnoxious amount of advertising in my videos because I can. So let me explain the kind of people who will leave this type of comment. First type of person is really saying something not about me, but themselves. And that is, dude, I'm so fucking broke. I hate my life. I'm at the absolute bottom of the social and dominance hierarchy. I've got nothing going for myself. I feel really bad when I see people being successful, doing well for themselves financially. I'm gonna lash out at you because it's so unfair, man. You can just make videos and put ads. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I have no money. Fuck you. I genuinely pity these people. Every time, it's the same story. They're just projecting their own insecurities about their own situation in life. It is what it is. All I can recommend to you guys and girls, start doing some personal development, gain some skills, get out there, have a go, and maybe one day you won't be complaining about there being too many ads in a video because, as we lead into the next point, you can finally afford to pay a few dollars a month for YouTube Premium. The second group of people who could afford to upgrade to YouTube Premium and then not see any more ads and also download videos to listen as podcasts and also play videos while their phone is locked, but they choose not to because they're so dumb they don't realize the value of their own time. They're unwilling to pay a few dollars a month to save themselves tens of minutes every single month listening to ads, watching ads they don't want to see. And to be clear, When I was younger, as a student especially, I wouldn't spend a cent to save any of my time whatsoever because my time was not worth very much. But over time, this changed, my time became more valuable, and now I'm happy to invest in things that will save me time. Some people just need to understand the psychology or realize, hey, there's no point complaining about it now. Just add more value, make your time more valuable, and then you'll be able to afford to upgrade and you won't see these ads again. And one more just to wrap things up here today.
These videos will be much better without all the misogyny.
Here's a question just for the women watching. Do you get the impression that I have a hatred or contempt for women or girls? Please let me know in the comments below. Now I'm going to let you focus in on a little secret. This is the type of comment you'll hear from a beta male who thinks his strategy for getting laid is to virtue signal towards women that he's a white knight in shining armor, he's got their best interests at heart, he's such a nice guy. This guy on YouTube, he's a misogynist because I said so. Please fuck me. Now, I do understand how this virtue signaling comment came about. A few weeks ago in a video, I pointed out the fact that, wait for it, ready? Men and women are different and they generally have different roles. I gave the example, if you're at home with your wife, you're the man, an intruder breaks in, whose responsibility is it to fend off the intruder? The answer, of course, would be the man's. Or in the odd case that the woman is the more masculine in the relationship, it's probably her role. Some men are more feminine, some women are more masculine, but generally speaking, men typically are more masculine, and the masculine, it's the role to protect and provide. And of course, that includes fending off intruders who break into your home in the middle of the night. And if any men want to question the validity of this argument, try asking your wife, hey, is it alright if I go cower in the corner and you can fend off the intruder this time around? You'll be divorced in the morning. Now, I can already hear the masses of white knights now ready to tell me in the comments again exactly what I just talked about. If there's any women who'd like a pathetic beta male who virtue signals and holds you up on a pedestal and doesn't accept the fact that it's his job to protect and provide for you, please DM these people. You might find yourself a wonderful new boyfriend, a nice guy. And that's it for
comments from the haters.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and the new segment. Let me know your thoughts and your feedback below. This is something that I'm planning maybe in the future, just every now and then I'll do another comments from the haters. As I mentioned, I never individually respond to these bellends. It's not worth my time, but I thought, you know what? Maybe we can polish this turd and maybe turn it into something of a little bit of at least entertainment value. With that said, I'm out of here. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card, where you can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase. There's a link in the description. You can also earn up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, also linked below. And finally, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake, also linked in the description. These great offers also help out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.